greater omentum.
Wait, I have a dumb question. Sorry, I'm not technical.
That's okay.
I don't think I'm doing this right. It's saying square. What does square mean?
No, you're on the
Oh, you're on picture.
Told you. I'm
Okay, here's the greater omentum. Fatty membrane that hangs from
sorry, restart.
Here is the greater omentum, a fatty membrane that hangs from the greater curvature of the stomach. So if I follow this up to the top,
Where's the greater curvature
I
itself?
get to the stomach, but shaped like a letter J. If I trace out the J, here is the greater curvature of the stomach,
Oh, okay.
right? Greater omentum hanging from it. And then here's the lesser curvature of the stomach. And extending from the lesser curvature of the stomach to the liver, this membrane right here, right there, is the lesser omentum. Lesser omentum. Okay. Here is the liver. Now, suspending the liver from the diaphragm is the falciform ligament right there. And this muscular sheath that we see right here, that's the diaphragm. Okay, so suspending the liver from the diaphragm is the falciform ligament. So everything on this side would be right, everything on this side of the falciform ligament would be left. So this is the left medial lobe. This is the left lateral lobe of the liver. On the right side, I've got the gallbladder right here. That sac, and the gallbladder in the cat is always in between the right medial lobe, right here, and the quadrate lobe. So the gallbladder is in between the quadrate lobe and the right medial lobe. And the right lateral lobe is right there.
Underneath.
Lateral and deep to the right medial lobe. Yeah. Those are the 5 lobes. Left medial, left lateral, quadrate, right medial, and right lateral. Okay, the shiny membrane on the inside of the abdominal wall is the parietal peritoneum. Okay, going back up to the stomach, we'll go through the tract. This pinched spot that we see right there, that's the pyloric valve, or the pyloric sphincter. And that is where the duodenum begins, first part of the small intestine. Okay, so here is the duodenum. And the duodenum ends at a sharp bend, which we can kind of see it right there. That'd be the duodenal-jejunal flexure. And that's where the next part of the small intestine begins, the jejunum. Now, anchoring the duodenum to the dorsal body wall, this membrane that we see, right there, that's the mesoduodenum. Anchoring the duodenum to the dorsal body wall. Okay. So now, here's the jejunum. I'm just going to keep following it. Still the jejunum. And this membrane here, anchoring the jejunum and the ileum, would be the mesentery proper, or just mesentery. And keep going, and at this point I'm probably into the last portion of the small intestine, which is the ileum. And then I get here. This is the ileocecal junction right there. That's where the ileum of the small intestine joins the cecum of the large intestine. And this is where we'd find the ileocecal sphincter. Okay, so the large intestine begins with the cecum, which is this pouch right there, inferior to the ileocecal valve. After the cecum, we have the colon, and we have the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and then the descending colon. Okay, so ascending, transverse, descending colon. Anchoring the colon to the dorsal body wall is the mesocolon. Okay. Now here is the urinary bladder. Anchoring it to the ventral body wall is the median suspensory ligament of the bladder. And since this is a female cat, got the uterine horns here. You can see this cat is pregnant. Okay, and flanking the uterine horn right there and there is the broad ligament of the uterus. Okay, then perpendicular to the broad ligament of the uterus, right here is the round ligament of the uterus. Only in the female cat. Okay, here is the spleen. Right there, and attaching the spleen to the stomach. This membrane right there. That's the gastrosplenic ligament. You can see it's actually part of the greater omentum, but it's called a ligament because the spleen isn't part of the digestive system. Now, if we lift up the greater omentum, posterior to the greater curvature of the stomach, you can see the pancreas right here. That's a really good one, too. Yep. That elongated structure right there is the pancreas. Okay.
And the kidneys, right?
Yeah, kidneys are retroperitoneal, so they're covered by peritoneum.
So,
Right.
Left kidney and then right kidney. Okay, that's everything. Cut.
That was good.